Welcome back. Today we are reviewing Beau is Afraid, a movie about a guy who cannot come to save his life and has severe mommy issues. What a combination, right?
Am I dead?
No. You've been healing so quickly. And no organs were hit, and your bleeding was really mild.
What this is is.
This is a room in our house.
One thing I want to quickly touch on, the title is so accurate. Beau is he's really afraid this entire movie. I don't think you really get a single scene where Beau isn't slightly not afraid, except maybe like the first scene of the movie. But for most of this thing, this guy is terrified, and I would absolutely hate to be Beau. Anyways, actually about the movie, it is directed by Ari Aster, the director of Hereditary and Midsommar. This is definitely his most ambitious movie of the three, but in my opinion is also his weakest. I think it and Midsommar are pretty close, but I still think that for him, he hasn't gotten better than Hereditary so far. It also stars Joaquin Phoenix, and Phoenix gives a great performance. I think Phoenix always gives a great performance. I've never really seen Joaquin Phoenix give a bad performance, and that doesn't change here. He does a great job as Beau, and there are also some other really good performances throughout this movie. It's really a very well acted movie. It's also a really interesting movie, like the production design and the cinematography, those are both great, but it really takes you on this adventure that I think is more funny than scary. I didn't really experience that many scares throughout this movie, more of an uneasy feeling, but not the level of scariness that you really get in Midsommar or Hereditary. This movie, it feels like an Ari Aster movie, just in the way it's filmed and things like that, but in the scary factor, it doesn't feel like an Ari Aster movie, and it seems to sort of go away from that. The thing with this movie is that it's really weird, It's definitely not for everybody. You need to be open to weirder types of movies. I think if you really enjoy Ari Aster movies, you will probably really enjoy this movie. But even if you do enjoy Ari Aster movies, this still might not be for you just because it's really different. By the end of the movie, I feel like I was left a little confused, and I sort of left the theater and I was just like, do I not like this movie? But the more I thought about it, because I went to go and I just sat in John Wick for like an hour, and during most of that time I was like enjoying John Wick, but also just thinking about Beau is Afraid. And what I kind of came to a conclusion about was that this movie is an absolute adventure. It is an odyssey, and you just need to go in and be willing for this movie to take you wherever it wants to take you, and be completely and utterly open to where it's going to take you. Don't question it. Just go along with the ride and don't think about it too much. Just watch it. Just consume it. If you overthink about anything, you're going to be thinking about something for way too long, where you're going to miss some stuff, and then you're going to get confused even more. And that's what happened to me. So part of me wants to watch this movie again just to go into that with the mindset of not overthinking about this movie while watching it, and really just consuming it without doing that overthinking. But I don't really know if I want to watch this movie again. This movie's a lot. It's really a lot, and it's 3 hours long, and I would not recommend this movie for most people. I would really just say if you like Ari Aster movies, if you like weird types of movies, and if you just like movies where you pretty much have to sit back and it will go places that you don't really understand, and you are comfortable with not being able to understand it, you will like this movie. But for people that don't feel that way, you're probably not gonna like this movie. At the end of the day though, for me, this is still a 3.5-star movie. I definitely do not think it is bad by any means. It had some really good stuff in it, and I think it got better as it went on. You know, I think about halfway through, I was really questioning whether or not I liked the movie, but once I got to the end, I was like, all right, I like it, but how much do I like it? You know, I think it gets better, and again, you just gotta sit back, relax, and enjoy it. Though I am a little disappointed because this was one of my more anticipated movies of the year, and I did expect better. I am not gonna lie. But what about you guys? Have you seen Beau is Afraid yet? Do you agree with my opinions? Do you disagree? I want to hear all of your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, do whatever you gotta do. And if you want to keep up with the movies I'm watching, feel free to check out my Letterboxd. The link for that is in the description down below. And finally, if you want to watch another movie review, today I watched another horror movie called Evil Dead Rise, and you can click on this right here to go check out my review for that.